live in Big Bear, where that couple held hostage has just talked. We're going to go first to Serene Branson live in Big Bear, where that couple held hostage has just talked publicly about the ordeal for the first time. Serene?
Well, that's right, Rick. Sharon, some bizarre twists in this case tonight, with a couple claiming that they were the ones tied up by Christopher Dorner in their cabin right behind me here. That is just across the street from that parking lot where the command post was and where all the news conferences were taking place. This is the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department spoke out late today, but remained fairly tight-lipped when it came to releasing details of the investigation.
I really thought it could be the end.
Karen and Jim Reynolds are reliving the nightmare encounter they say they had with Christopher Dorner.
We had come into the living room and he opened the door and came out at us, and he had his gun drawn.
So he sort of yelled, "Stay calm." Karen screamed and turned and started running, and he ran after her. And he caught her about the door.
On the staircase.
On the staircase and brought her back.
The Reynolds say they own the Big Bear cabin, steps from the police command post where Christopher Dorner was holed up. Although prior reports have said two cleaning ladies discovered Dorner, the Reynolds chalk it up to misinformation and said that they entered their cabin around noon yesterday to clean it for rental and found Dorner.
He was very calm, very
methodical.
He made us put our hands behind our back and he tied our hands, then made us get up and walk into the back bedroom back there.
Karen showed us her wrists, where she said the zip ties cut in. With towels in their mouths, pillowcases on their heads, they say Dorner took their car.
That he crashed that vehicle and carjacked a vehicle in the Angeles Oaks area.
In a separate news conference late today, the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department announced their investigation is over, and they're simply waiting for the coroner to ID Christopher Dorner's remains found in the charred Angeles Oaks cabin 45 minutes from Big Bear.
There were rounds being fired, as you saw on some of the news coverage. It was absolutely incredible. It was like a war zone, and our deputies continued to go in.
Detective Jeremiah McKay was killed, another deputy wounded. Investigators say Dorner may have been hiding under their noses in Big Bear for days.
We went to each cabin. If there were no signs of break-in or no open doors, we then noted it and moved on to the next cabin.
Some Big Bear residents claimed law enforcement never came to their doors, and when pressed further on whether someone knocked on the door of the Reynolds cabin.
That concludes the press conference for today.
The brief news conference was cut short. The Reynolds said they hadn't rented out their unit since the 6th and are just glad they got out of the restraints to call authorities.
We're very happy to be alive and that the rest of our family is safe.
We did reach out to the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department this evening to get clarification about whether the cleaning ladies were involved or the Reynolds, or where that misinformation came from. All they would say is that this is an ongoing investigation and that they were unaware the condo owners were speaking out tonight. By the way, we did ask the Reynolds if they plan to cash in any of that $1 million reward that had been offered for Dorner. They joked and said they'd only thought about it so far. Reporting live tonight from Big Bear, Serene Branson, KCAL 9 News.